And we continuing. Ooh. So, apparently Clayman wanted to, Clay Conductor wanted to Mausoleum, I guess, to say goodbye to his friend. His piece of mineral. High in her renewed majesty's favor, the most serene mausoleum is full of mourners, tourists and aristocrats seeking to reconcile themselves with death. My good friend. One way or another, the Claymen are conspicuous? Suspicious? Let's make sure.
Conspicuous.
Yep. In their absence, the Clay Conductor lumbers gloomily among the mourners, searching fruitlessly for someone who resembles himself. Eventually, the cheery Register appears. I am sorry, she tells you. Your friend is making people miserable. You explain your station. You explain your situation, and she relents. After a brief consideration of those interred in Mausoleum, she suggests that you seek an audience with the engraved mourner, a man of polished marble. He is one of the Deathless. You'll need to gain favor for the Deathless. Oh, already working on that. Through meeting them in the Mausoleum before you can arrange an audience with the engraved mourner. Alright. Visit the memorial to the Prince Consort, the most dearly beloved corpse in all Albion. The most serene mausoleum was built to commemorate her renewed majesty's dead love. His tomb in the heart of the mausoleum, the vaults, chapels, mourners, and courtiers, all arteries and capillaries to his memory. To visit the tomb, one must speak to the cheery registrar. Join the reverent crowds at the Prince Consort's tomb. This will reduce a little terror. Well, just 3 sovereigns. Deliver uncanny specimen to get access to the upper gallery. This will reduce a moderate amount of terror. Wait, 3 uncanny specimen? Ugh. Can I repeat that? The cheery registrar will accept diverse meats in lieu of monetary donations. It is customary to leave offerings to the tomb, which are cleared away the next day. This will, yeah, okay. Sure, let's try that. 35 terror. 25 drop. But in Magdalene's place, you can use 1 uncanny specimen, so it's like thrice the cost here. The cheery register gives you a vibrant smile. Your specimens are placed in the safe under the registrar's desk, which is swiftly locked. The smile never falters. You are led to the chapel where the prince consort is housed. Crowds throng around the tomb, leaning over to study iron railings for the better look. You are directed to a balcony up a small spiral stair. From your elevated position above the crowds, you can make out the serene features of the prince's effigy gazing up from his tomb as though at the stars. You can also make out a little door just behind the tomb, locked and barred. Oh, I can repeat that. Maybe that's why it's so costly. What if I do this? Just one terror. Shiri register marks your name in the accountant book before summoning a footman to guide you to the tomb. So, 1 terror for 3 coin. 30 coins for 10 terror. That's not that bad. But you have to just repeat it all over again to to do it. That's the problem. Kinda annoying. The tomb is sunk into a round chapel behind it. This word. Kyr? Kier? It's just something completely illogical.
Choir.
Choir. Why? Behind the choir. An effigy of the prince consort rests on top. His long hands are folded in prayer. 4 sculpted seraphim support him, as though about to lift him up in flight. Seraphim?
Seraphim.
Seraph is a type of celestial or heavenly being originating in ancient Judaism. Crowds of visitors in the morning jostle for a better position. A lady in an inconceivable hat shoves her way to the front. You are afforded a brief glimpse of the prince's haunted marble face before you are ushered away. I mean, yeah, I can repeat that a bunch. Actually, I should wait. Maybe there is another possibility to reduce terror. The mausoleum accepts remains of or mementos of the dead in its vaults. For those who can afford it, of course. For everyone else, there is always the sky. What that means? The cheater registrar adopts an expression of practiced solemnity and calls for footman. The footman asks a number of questions about the crew member: name, occupation, beer of or niche, candles, now how often, flowers and what variety. Eventually he is satisfied and leads you and those of your crew closest to the deceased into the catacombs of the mausoleum. You are guided to a vast tomb where candles have been lit and the scent of lilies is strong. Your crew member is interred in a small drawer in one wall of many. Here your crew member, or some part of them at least, will remain at last at rest. Just what's happened? It just dropped terror? Was something different about that drop? It said like briefly without terror, and I just paid for it 100. I think nobody left the ship. Did they create some kind of phantom of my crew member and put him in the coffin? Contemplate the dead sun, 100% chance of success. The corpse of Alvin's old son is visible from the great rose-colored window. Partial success. The sun looks back. The body of the sun is still cooling. A few embers continue to glow at its core, a low and sullen red. When Her Majesty entered Albion, she slew the sun with an experimental weapon, unclear bomb. Then she claimed the sun's throne and dominion. You can't help feel that as you gaze on the sun gazes back. The storm that speaks has noticed you, vision of the heavens and terror. So just vision of the terrors, the heavens, what I got for partial success, and terror. Oh, have I tried Deathless? Her renewed Majesty's most highly favored courtiers prefer the upper climbs of the Nave, away from excitable members of the public. The most serene mausoleum houses more than just the Prince Consort under its soaring spires. The Empress keeps her most favored. The lucky few are provided with every luxury they might wish, and a generous stipend of hours. The only condition is this bounty is that they are dead. The only condition of this bounty is that they are dead. A legality only. They cannot possess property nor hold political office as a result. They are the deathless. Occasionally they deign to appear to visitors. Do I have one of my crew now like an undead? That's what happened? Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, if I do, I don't know how to see it. Macabre Counselor. Speak with the Duchess Incarnadine? Incarnadine?
Incarnadine.
Carnadine. The color of red again.
Incarnadine.
A childhood friend of Her Renewed Majesty, the Duchess Incarnadine, was instrumental in the conquest of Albion. Her place in the mausoleum was her reward. Oops. Great. The brocade Incarnadine. She glides along the flagstones, a great train of scarlet cloth following her like the telltale trail of blood in a penny dreadful. Today she is menacing the footmen, loudly inquiring after their physiques and their athleticism. She requires only the fittest to survive her mock battles. She notices your gaze, but after looking you up and down, merely sighs. Insufficient, she says before gliding away. You cannot help but notice the smears of drying blood on her brocade, nor the wash of crimson that trails in her wake like a red tide. Rude. Okay, I could make a donation. Oh, I guess I could like renew that thing with the permit, but I don't really care that much. I can wait. It can wait. No, pretty much finished here. There's some kind of retired devil. Okay, we could go now. Actually, wait. Back. Now, terror is 20. We can drop it. But it's kinda tedious. Just 4 more times and we can go. Could check out the sun. This is supposed to be sun. I don't know. Sun is hydrogen basically. I don't know what this is. No. Lost Hall, great. But terror has fallen. A hush falls as coffins pass by the windows. The silence is broken by an insistent scraping against the hull. One of the coffins has floated too close. A few words are necessary to assuage your crew's unease. You remind you all present that were not for the competence and efficiency of all aboard, a cold grave in the sky might have been all your fates. Windpipes is it's digital between the sounds. The sound is tuneless and mournful. It might be close to something new. Not where I wanted to go. But that's good anyway. Windswept Habitation. The enterprise of Albion does not rest. Its skies are littered with abandoned construction, derelict factories from the... yeah, I read that. An estate of vacant homes stands here. They have become the temporary habitation of a gang of skylarks, those homeless vagabonds who wander the windy paths of the sky. The second one wasn't a repeat. We could use some people. Offer them positions on your crew. Most Skylarks would rather starve than serve, but a few of them, wearied by their endless wandering, might appreciate an offer of a respectable job. Got 2 new recruits. A few of them accept your offer and shuffle sheepishly aboard, avoiding their ex-compatriots' eyes. The other Skylarks remove their hats and bow their heads, as if watching a funeral procession go by. Might be funeral. Might be. Never know. I mean, I already killed probably 1.5 crew members just in this life. Best to not think about it. Okay. Well, he goes the Skylark. Also 10 terror, great. The engine is cold and clogged with ash, but you find untapped barrels of coal and carry them back to your locomotive. No sooner are you back aboard than the wreck breaks apart, spilling its remaining contents into the sky. It's only then that the head count reveals you are 1 short. Who are you shooting at? Idiot. $32 sovereigns. I think it's a bit more than in reach. It's might better to just hop back in London and then start again. after an export. The air grows amber with dust blown from the rakes. Oh, is it a desert type area? I would love to explore that. Is there any way to get in? Come on. Oh, great. Yeah, let's rest. I think I have to kill him. It's just very annoying. Fucking... Ah, come on. Well, everything that I've done for the past of 15 minutes, probably. That was a long journey. Well. Yep. Great. Amazing. Amazing. Just fucking This is what I just hate the most right now about this game. I'm just going to go on this part. That I should have done in the beginning. Just wanted to check out the horror place here. Maybe it was something interesting. And then I discovered some ruins and some more ruins. I fought some people. Found a new port. And all of that is gone. So Avid Horizon should be probably really close to a corner. That's probably it. Cold, 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 whispers and cautious driver, pressing as close as they can to furnace. Here we go, some literature. Yeah, great, they repair your hull. Fuck. Guess that's okay. The planetary romances of the turbulent fabulist are notably popular among the denizens of the horizon, as is Botheridge's A Tour of Heaven. An amateur engineer gratefully offers to repair your engine before you depart. And more hours. We'll think about that. Oh, they sell tea. Supplies. The Avid Horizon consists of 3 parts: the home office, clinging to a pillar of ice, the gate, through which Londoners entered the sky, flanked by its towering statues, and the quiet sea, whose waters are home to those left behind. Approaching the Avid Horizon, the very edge of the high wilderness, the border between now and then, here and there, the skies and earth. The few lonely buildings of the port face the great gate of the Avid Horizon, bordered by 2 vast winged statues. The gate towers over the shrouded sea that divides the port and the gate. The other side of the gate opens far beneath the earth, on the bleak shore of a subterranean sea. London rested there for a while Her Majesty was indisposed with grief. A handful of years ago, though, she led an exodus of Londoners through the Avid Horizon and into the sky. You were among them. Do you remember how you came to this place? A memory of surface. Your department was put to work stabilizing the bridge to the heavens. It's like a part of the past. Because I chose Academy. New Horizons. Her Majesty had need of scientists. Opening the gate was the greatest scientific achievement of the age, and keeping it open was a daily miracle. You would work alongside the engineers and the Eagle Khan, whose knowledge of the natural sciences was a decade in advance of London's, and afterwards the skies, the new discoveries who hold new sciences might wait beyond the Avid horizon. What scientist could resist? Weeks after, through the northern ice and the dark beneath the world, you reached the gate. The statues loomed like giants, the door was open, and the space within was filled with suns and stars and the gold of heaven. Oh, it's kind of funny. The Dr. Freeman opened gates to the other dimension too, which was floating around as well. No one pays attention to the horizon anymore. Perhaps they should. No way home. The few bureaucrats stationed at the Avid horizon, or more departmental scene or another, reside in desperate melancholy. Those detained within the faded confines of the bureau are almost reconciled their fate, listlessly hoping for a reprieve from London that will likely never come. Beyond the bureau, the sea in the sky lingers like morning mist. Exiles dwell there on tethered ships strung together, dwarfed by the eternal and uncaring statues that mark the gates to a home that cannot be returned to. Okay, the devil wanted to go here to generate something. The start of something memorable. The devil bows as he departs your engine. I promise you that I will not regret this, he says as he opens the doors to bureau. He hands the acting senior proprietor his hat. Take this, will you? He looks about him, a cool glare. There are going to be some changes around here. Door swing shut behind him. The devil has intimated he has improvements in mind of the home bureau. He is not concerned about the objections of current staff and has requested shore leave to put his plans into motion. This place, he tells you, sipping a cocktail of honey and wine, is a testament to the folly of honest work. I intend to prove it. Pick up the devil. He unlocks prospects? Well, I don't... Not now, I don't know. They also sell tea here, which I need for him. I guess I could leave him for one time and see what's up. What is he's doing here exactly? Well, the devil is at Avid Horizon. Several new prospects and bargains are unlocked. I haven't noticed that. The same tea, same supplies, maybe later. I guess later. Present yourself at the Home Office. Protocol is everything when it comes to dealing with London's bureaucracy, even at this outpost, especially at this outpost. To all things a place. The acting senior proprietor is responsible for monitoring all those trapped at the Home Office. The detainees forbidden entry to Albion, with no way back through the gate. He sits behind a little desk in the echoing hallway of the manor. He keeps 3 things on his desk: a wind-up clock and 2 battered mugs. He surveys you coolly. You are not welcome to take a look around. You are welcome to take a look around, though we have precious little in the way of diversions. Have you been out to the flotilla? I must ask you not to pay too much attention to the cultists, and if you have not, I'd recommend staying away. There are good reasons they were never allowed into Albion. How can there be a sea in the sky? Sunlit area. A satisfactory scientific answer has yet to be presented. Theories have sprouted like mushrooms in its place. Some say that when the gate was opened, the utter sea spilled through, filling the sky like a leaky tap fills a sink, until Her Majesty's government was able to plug it. Others believe the sea to be variously the effluvia of the murdered sun, amniotic fluid to support the generation of a new sun, the fault of the Royal Society, the industrial accident covered up by one of the work-worlds, the tears of Her renewed Majesty for her dead prince. To reach the sea now, you must travel to the stair of the sea along the ice shelf from the Home Office. Entertain a request from the acting senior proprietor. That suddenly appeared. He's watching you from behind his desk and biting his lower lip. Clearly he has something on his mind. He does not look happy. Regrettable duty. So, good you're here, Captain. He claps your hand, his skin is cold. I've been issued an imperial pardon from London for one of our detainees here. He looks at the three nearest guests of the Home Office, who are following the conversation intently. Just the one. Mind. Procedure demands that someone cannot be pardoned without an independent witness vouching for them. It would be highly inappropriate for me to do so. He gives you a beseeching look. If you would help, do speak to them, those three. Return to me when you have made your choice. Pardoner's Tale. The acting senior perpetrator wants you to help in pardoning a detainee. So I choose whom to pardon. Oh boy. Interview the former courtier. Brilliant, magnetic, merciless, infuriating. Either her personality or her politics have kept her on Her Majesty's list of undesirables. Renton highest places. She shuts a small hand mirror as you approach. Praying, I had a lovely mane when I arrived here, red as June, they used to say. I was hoping to see the suns, but I suppose the place hasn't forgotten. An MP I am. Acquainted with had promised it was all water under the bridge. Okay. Interview the aristocrat. He is draped listlessly over a faded chair, occasionally playing with his hair. A question of birthright. He summons a dazzling smile as you approach. Oh, at last, my captain. May I call you my captain? He does not wait for a response. It's been a dreadful mix-up. I have a twin brother in London, you see. Terrible sort. Rather ruined my reputation with Her Majesty. Well, he much more likable. None. Surely she shouldn't be here. She lights another cigarette as you watch her. Waiting sisters. She looks down her cigarette at you and sighs. If I could have gone home by now, I would have. Nothing worth this much bullshitty. Is it always bloody? Nothing worth this much bloody waiting. Pardon my imperial. Was going to stay in a convent in the mausoleum, but that's been bad now. I don't know. Go to the most serene mausoleum to find the convert the nun was traveling to. What? Wait, what? You can come back to this. The detainees aren't going anywhere. Don't choose one over the rest. This might be a principled stand, assuming you care at all. Guess I'll wait. so I can go and check out their stories, kind of. A boat to take me away. A pale emerald light washes the sea like split chartreuse sea. What's that?
Chartreuse.
Pale green or yellow liquor made from brandy and aromatic herbs.
Chartreuse.
I don't drink. The sea like split chartreuse. Offerings left by the cult to the gate blanch in the eerie light. Out in the water, someone is singing softly of home and hearth, and a child left in a cradle. There is a splashing of paddles in water and the shadow of a boat heading out towards the gate. Before all is lost to an oncoming wave of mist. I have exhausted these opportunities for now. Return 15 days to see more. Really? 5? Savage Secrets? And 5 Terror? There are better ways to get Savage Secrets. What if I take T? Minus 5? Yeah. Good brew. 30 sovereigns though. Steeped and stewed, the tea has lingered in the home office for a very long time. An elderly detainee leans in conspiratorially. Much better than a few years back. It's improved with age. Matured. The detainee is quickly shuffled away so that you can enjoy your tea in peace. Yeah, expensive way to reduce your terror, but good thing that you can. I could buy a bunch of hours and head back, I guess. What am I doing here again? Oh yeah, I sold books. I feel like I wasted more money than I've got. Alright. Okay. Yeah, just let's go back to London. Ooh. Supralapsarians. Fuck me, what was that? Avid horizon. The Avid horizon. Two vast winged statues guard the Avid horizon, the door through which Londoners passed from the Nave into the wilderness. It does not open. A wooden mooring post has been hammered into the eyes before the watchers. It is a gesture towards a tradition from before the wilderness, from a sunless sea when the condemned could beg for forgiveness in the most distant shore. Explore the horizon's threshold. What might you find on this bleak waste? Is this a part of Avid Horizon? Is this like an entrance to the sea area? Hell frozen over. This was only ever a place to pass through, never a destination. Bitter cold rhymes every surface. A merciless wind passes through effort, without effort, through even your sky suit, your flesh, your lungs. You will not stay here long. Two vast winged statues guard the Avid horizon, the door through which Londoners passed from the Nave into the wilderness. It does not open. A wooden mooring post. Okay. That's the same, but that one was new? No? No. This one is new. A sign has been... Fuck. What? A sign... Yeah, this is new. A sign has been hammered onto the pillar. If you've done something that can't be forgiven, if there is no place left to run, if you would seek refuge with the gentleman, record your name and crime. It is barely legible under a thick coat of frost. Old and distant crimes. You pick scraps of paper from the posts, a fragmentary catalogue of scene. Each describes a crime, a betrayal, but nothing new to you. The London press has already chewed through these events with relish. The brutalities make for grim reading all the same, but one remorse-filled confession of murder swears it will never hurt the person again. Perhaps that is in some way a comfort. Eep. Let me leave. Eep. Lure. What the hell? I've been exploring this part, I guess. Nah, fuck that. let's make a break in recording.